Facebook is rolling out Audience Insights, and I just got it a couple of days ago, so I thought I'd take it for a spin and take you with me. Very cool stuff because a lot of people think this is just to visualize data, but it's a lot more than that. A lot of this data is based on affinity, and you can even go into little segments and eliminate them or focus on them. So there's a lot of stuff going on here. Let's take a look. All right, so the first thing we need to know is where to locate Audience Insights. And here's the URL, facebook.com/ads/audience_insights. And please do not worry about it. We're going to add this link below the video. All right, the first thing you're going to see once you hit that URL is this pop-up message, this little window that is prompting you to choose an audience to start. So basically you have three options. Everyone on Facebook, that's basically you're starting from scratch. People connected to your page, or in other words, your fans, or a custom audience. And this is basically an existing audience that you might have created in the past. You do not need this. You don't need to start from here. You can simply close this and start working on it from scratch. And if you don't want to see this again in the future, you can just select here and close it. It will not show up again. So in this case, we're going to just select everyone on Facebook. And I'm just going to close this real quick. All right. And let's start by giving you a little overall of everything that's on the screen right now. So first we have an account here, and you see my name there, but you can switch between accounts. And then you have this little menu. Create new is referring to creating a new audience. Open an existing one. Save your work. And this more drop down is just a save as and take the tour, which gives you a little bit of instructions on how this works. And all the way here to the top right of your screen, it says create ad. So basically what happens is if you create an audience and you're ready to use it as an ad, you can just come here, create ad. That's going to take you to the ad creation tool, and your audience is going to be automatically populated there. So you don't have to do anything else. All right. So after that, what we have is the sidebar, which, you know, looks a little intimidating, but this is nothing else than the same options you have when you're creating an audience in the ads creation tool or on Power Editor. So I'm just gonna close everything here, so it looks a little more clean and less intimidating. And we're gonna go one by one. First, custom audience. Let's open this. And this is basically to work with an existing audience. Why will this be helpful? Well, let's say you created a custom audience before in the past. As you can see here, I have a few email lists and stuff like that. So if I wanted to look at the statistics, at the demographics and all the other data from that existing audience, that will be helpful there. So you can call an existing audience that you created in the past. Then we have location, pretty basic stuff. As a default, I have already United States. And right here, you see two things. First, new audience, and it says new audience because I didn't save it yet. I didn't assign a name for this audience. And then it's giving me the potential reach for this audience, which is 150 to 200 million monthly active people. Remember that we went with everybody on Facebook. And this is in blue. So this is basically the data that you're going to look at here in blue. And then on gray, you're going to see the people on Facebook, which is an average of the Facebook users. And right here it says country, United States of America, of course. But if you wanted to add a country, we just come here. I'm just going to add Canada right here. All right. And as you can see, everything gets updated right away. So we have our country. Let me close this. Age and gender, and basically we're gonna go into demographics. Age 18 to whatever, we can say 60. Gender, all, men, women. I'm just gonna leave it as all. And let me close this. And now we're going to go to interest. So for this example, let's say we're going to run a page like ad, and we're going to target as an interest, we're going to target a similar page. In this case, I'm going to go with Social Media Examiner. So you just need to type it right here, Social Media Examiner, and it's right there. So everything gets updated right away. As you can see, the new audience now has between 80 to 90,000 monthly active people. And in countries, we have US and Canada now. Right here, obviously, you can keep adding interest. You can keep adding other pages if you like, but that's basically what's under interest. Connections, very important. You can add your fans under people connected to. You add the name of the page, or you can exclude them by saying people not connected to. And in this case, if we wanted to run a page like ad, of course, I want to exclude my fan base. So I'm just going to say Social Mouse there. All right, let me close this, and you still have this other tab that's called Advanced, and you have a lot more options to target here, like behaviors, language, relationship status, education. You can basically narrow it down to grad school, work, if you want to target people by job title, or corporation, home office. So a lot of other options you can target here. We're going to leave it alone just to keep the video short for now, but you know, you have all these options here. So let me close this. So basically what we did there is just create an audience, just like you do on the ad creations tool or on Power Editor. We created an audience, but in this case, and this is what Audience Insights does, is you now can visualize the data for this specific audience. So let's start taking a look at that. We have a couple of options here at the top menu. You have demographics, page likes, location, activity, household, and purchase. Some of these are going to be relevant to your business or not. We're just going to take a quick view of each one of them. So first, age and gender. A lot of people don't pay attention to this, but it's very important. As you can see right here, this is a surprise to me. I didn't expect this. 63% is women and 37% are men, and this is for the Social Media Examiner in the United States and Canada. I really didn't expect this breakdown. And you're probably familiar with this chart if you are used to taking a look at your Facebook page insights. If not, I'll explain. This is split into genders, and then this is a breakdown of the age groups inside each one of the genders. So as you can see, this is very easy to visualize. Probably the strongest group right here, women between 35 and 44. And I can also see that for this specific audience, this is a 32%, while in the average Facebook user, this will be a 19%. You also see, and you can see for each one of these if you hover over the different columns, and you can see this other option that says click chart to target. And I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to come back to it. But basically what this means is if I click on this specific group, then my entire audience is going to be focused on that, and all the other groups and the other genders are going to be excluded from my audience. So this tool is not just to visualize data. Then we have other information here under demographics, the lifestyle, and this is based on purchase behavior, brand affinity, and other activities. And this is a third-party agency providing the data. It's not just Facebook. All this stuff is very good because it's based on affinity. So you see these different categories for lifestyle. But if you come here, it says selected audience is 100% as likely to be in this group than the average Facebook user, and it starts going down. So maybe you get rid of some of these categories here. But the same thing happens here. Relationship status, education level, job title, all this stuff. You can hover over these columns right here and see that in this case, 59% of the selected audience is married, while the average Facebook user is only at 45. So this is a little higher. And again, you can click here if you want to target only married people. I mean, in this case, it doesn't matter, but maybe for your business, it makes sense. Education level, high school, college, grad school, same thing. You can compare with the Facebook average user. Job title, likely industries where people work based on self-reported data on Facebook. And I didn't mention this. On this one, this is a third-party agency providing the data. These three charts right here are based on information that users share on their own personal profiles. So right here, this is very interesting because the job title says arts, entertainment, sports, and media. 22% of this selected audience compared to the just 7% of the average Facebook users. And this is, like I said before, based on affinity. Selected audience is 214% as likely to be in this group than Facebook users. So this is great, and maybe some of these are not that relevant for our target audience at the moment. So pay attention to all this stuff. Then we have page likes, and this is very cool because this is giving me information based on the Social Media Examiner fans, and I have top categories. The number one business person is Mary Smith. This is based on what people that are fans of Social Media Examiner are also following on Facebook or liking on Facebook. Product service, Amy Potterfield. This makes a lot of sense if you're familiar with Social Media Examiner. So basically what I used to do before is do a little research on graph search to look at the individuals and kind of, get a sense of, am I targeting the right people? Because at the end of the day, you really don't know how a page acquired their fans. But in this case, everything is pretty obvious to me. Moz, the number one software, internet, Hootsuite, HubSpot. So this is pretty clear to me. It's telling me that this page has a solid fan base. Page likes. Facebook pages are likely to be relevant to your audience based on Facebook page likes. So number one, Social Media Examiner, Social Media Today, Mary Smith, Mashable, Amy Potterfield. All this makes a lot of sense to me. Now let's look at this. This is based on relevance. The pages are most likely to be relevant to your audience based on affinity. And the word affinity is going to keep popping up here. It's very important that you start thinking in those terms. Page size and the number of people in your audience who already like that page. So you have the relevance, and this is sorted by affinity, like I said. The audience for this page, the Facebook, and the affinity. So let's take a look at this. The audience, 74.5 thousand people like Social Media Examiner. This audience is 308.4 times as likely to like this than the all Facebook audience. So this is pretty relevant. All right, location. We have three options: cities, top countries, and languages. And then what's important here again is that, let's say right here, 2% of this audience is based out of Austin, Texas. And the affinity is 100%. Now, if we start scrolling down, let's say Atlanta, 4%, and this is only 33% as likely to be in this group than the average Facebook user. So all these things are relevant to you because it's based on, like I said, affinity. And then we have top countries and top languages. Of course, this is not going to make too much sense because I'm only targeting 2 countries. But if you are targeting multiple countries, you're going to be able to come here and see, okay, so maybe in this case, and this is probably an extreme example, is it relevant to target Canada, or maybe I just get rid of it and focus all my efforts and my budget in the US. So in this case, that probably makes sense. Like I said, kind of an extreme example, but same thing here for top language. In this case, it really doesn't matter because I'm just targeting English speaking countries. Then we have activity, and this is also very cool because this is the frequency of activities, the number of times the selected audience perform these actions on Facebook. So based on Facebook user activity and environmental data. So let's look at this. This is lifetime, and this is the number of pages this audience likes on average 63 pages, and the average Facebook user is 18. So this audience, what this is telling me is this audience is more likely to like more pages than the usual or the average Facebook user. And let's look at this. 22 comments against 7 on the average Facebook user, post like 31, and this is in a period of 30 days. Why is this? Well, you know, we're talking about the audience of Social Media Examiner, so this is probably people that are a lot more into social media and social media activities than the average user. So this is telling me that, you know, these people engages with a lot of content, and these people likes a lot more pages than the usual Facebook user. So this is great. The other thing is device users, and while, you know, you get some information. When you're creating your audience, you get the option to say, no, I just want to go with the newsfeed desktop or newsfeed mobile, or I want both. But you really don't know what's the best option for that specific audience. So in this case, you get to see that here. Right here we have desktop only, desktop and mobile, so the combination, or mobile only. And what are you going to do in this case? Of course, you're going to go with the combination of both, because for mobile only, it's only 3%. For desktop only is 9%. So again, this is probably technology savvy fan that you should be targeting on both platforms. Then we have a breakdown of the most important devices. And look at this, 50% iPad, iPhone, iPod, computer. But look, in this case, if you were thinking of targeting Android users, that would probably be a bad idea. So use all this information to get rid of it, or to focus on the devices that you really see you can leverage from here. And I'm going to quickly go through the last 2 tabs, household and purchase. This might not be helpful to you. It might be, depending on your business. But basically, this is information about the household income and stuff like that, or purchasing behavior. So let's just take a quick look. Household income, 50,000 to 75,000. That's 28%. You can still compare with the average Facebook user. Right here, home ownership, 72% are owners and only 28% are renters. How many members in the family, what's the home market value, and the spending methods, primary credit card or primary cash. So again, this might be useful or not for your specific business. And the other thing I didn't mention is, because these are from third-party agencies that provide data and they match that with Facebook records, this is not 100%, and they give you this message right here. This is only 50% of the audience matched, and you can see that below each one of the charts. And let's move on to the last one, which is purchasing behaviors. Retail spending, low, high, compared with the average Facebook user. Online purchases, this might be important to you. Then you have purchase behavior, again provided by third-party agencies. Business purchases, 9%, and then you can see the affinity here. The selected audience is 200% as likely to be in this group than the average Facebook user. And again, you can focus on specific groups or get rid of them. The last one, if you're in market for a vehicle, you know, the different types of vehicles, the selected audiences, and the affinities. Again, this might be relevant to you or not. You make the decision. All right, and that's all the data we get. I wanted to show you something very cool at the beginning. So let's go back to demographics so I can show you. So as I said before, this is not just to visualize data, but you can actually click on these charts to keep targeting your audience and make it even more narrow, because it might make sense that, you know, I exclude this group, or I just concentrate on this one. So let's take this as an example. 63% women and only 37% men. So I'm choosing to target women in this ad, and I want to concentrate in this specific group. So all I need to do is says click chart to target. So if I click here, all right, so all the other groups and genders are excluded, and now my target is based 100% on women between 35 and 44%. And of course, this went down from, I think it was 80,000 to between 15 to 20,000 monthly active people. So the target is a lot smaller. I mean, the audience is a lot smaller, but it's a lot more targeted in case you're looking to target that specific segment inside your audience. So this is very cool, and I can still, you know, add other things or change the audience. If I come here to, let's say, relationship status, I only want to target married people. So I'm gonna click here, and this is going to exclude the other groups. Of course, you need to be careful that your audience is not gonna get too small. So be careful with that. Now, all the data that we're changing right here from the chart is also updated on the sidebar. So I can still come back here and say, no, I'm just gonna go from 18 to 44, and this is updated here on the chart too. We said married. As you can see right here, we're excluding the other groups, but I wanna also include engaged people. So that's included here on the chart. All right, so we created our audience, and we also made some decisions based on affinity right from the charts, right from the sidebar. We made some adjustments. Now we have our audience, and it's time to save it. So I'm gonna come here, click save, and I'm gonna get this little window, and I'm gonna give my audience a name. And of course, this is gonna be called test audience, and I'm gonna click save. And now this is saved, and I can already start using it in my ads. Of course, I can just click here, create ad, and I'm going to be taken to the ad creation tool, so I can use this audience right away, or I can, it's already saved, so I can use it later on. All right, and that's how Audience Insights work. You can create your audience here. You can visualize the data of that audience before you use it in one of your ads. But I think what's most valuable here is that you can make some decisions based on affinity, so you can get better results with your ads. I hope you liked it. I hope it was helpful. I'm Francisco Rosales, author of Social Mouths, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.